and welcome to Joellen's Kitchen. Today we're going to make a Pennsylvania Dutch dish called corn fritters. They can be fried or baked, and we're going to fry them today in corn oil. So I have 3 cups of corn oil that I'm going to go put into my saucepan right away, frying pan, so that it can warm up while we're making the rest. It doesn't take long. So what we're going to do is start with 1 cup of flour in a mixing bowl of some sort. I use my large measuring cup as a mixing bowl many times. Next, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of baking powder, half of a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 2 1/4 teaspoons of sugar, 1 and 2 1/4, and we're going to mix that with a fork. It's a bit lumpy right now, which is good. And we're going to melt 1 tablespoon of margarine in our microwave. And while that's melting, I'm going to tell you about my milk. I need half a cup of milk, so we'll put that in a while. But as you know, I like to use Wengert's milk because it is from Pennsylvania, and it is also having the label PA Preferred on the top, which makes it extra desirable to me. I want to support our local farmers. But I don't think I've showed you this before, and I really wanted to. Over the years, we used to get milk delivered to our homes in milk boxes, which I have one of those out on the porch. I didn't bring that in, but I have this other collection of Wengert's milk bottles, etc. This one happens to be a little fancier. I don't remember what came in it, but it says Wengert's Dairy right across, Wengert's Milk right across the top. It says Lebanon County Goodness right on it, and it has some Pennsylvania Dutch tulips and butterflies, I believe they are, on there. So the next one is a ½ pint of Wengert's milk. You could buy them by the ½ pint. They had little cardboard caps in the top that you'd pull up. The flap came up. And then the next size, of course, was the pints. Now these are both pint bottles. This one has Wengert's across the center. This one has Wengert's around the rim at the top. I have no idea which one is older. And then I have, I believe, 2 different versions of the quart bottles too. Again, this Wengert's milk has it around the top, like that pint bottle did. But then I have 2 that are similar but different. They both say Wengert's about center on the front. I put some tissues into one just so it kind of replicates milk. But on the back, if I can get the back to you, it says, "You never outgrow your need for milk. Drink 3 glasses every day." Now this one, it says it up and down the whole front. And on this one, it inserted a glass of milk and also put Wengert's Dairy across the bottom. So I just find these old milk bottles really interesting. I also have a little 6-inch ruler that is from Wengert's Dairy. Don't ask me where I got it. I don't remember. But I thought I'd share those little trinkets, antiques, knickknacks, dust collectors with you from Wengert's Dairy, and my loyalty, even though it's now called Swiss Premium Dairy, I believe, I still have a loyalty to that particular milk company. So we have our tablespoon of melted butter. We're going to put that into our mixture, and we're going to continue to mix it up. So what we end up here is with a batter, And we're going to have 1 can of corn. That's whole corn. So grab yourself a can of corn. Any brand will do. And stir that around. You don't want to mush it up, but you do want to make sure it's coated. Here we have our corn fritters in the batter. Now we're going to take it and put tablespoons full in and fry it. And then we'll, of course, take them out once they're a little golden brown and cool them on a plate with paper towels on to absorb any excess oil that might be on it. But I do use Mazola corn oil, so it's supposed to be heart healthy. Let's go to the stove. Do it one-handed. Okay, we have a tablespoon of our corn fritter. We're going to drop in there, and it's bubbling around it, so the oil is just about right. And we can probably do 3 across at one time. You can get these in some of the local restaurants, again, those that cater to the Pennsylvania Dutch. We talked about some of those when I did the chipped beef, cream chipped beef. But Dutch Way is another local restaurant that serves Pennsylvania Dutch cooking. There's just quite a few around, and I think I have a list of restaurants on my webpage, joellandlitz.net, and you could print it out. There's even a bit of a map. A lot of them are along Route 422 through the main stretch across Lebanon County east to west. But there are also things out in the northern end like Esther's Diner, and on the southern end I may have mentioned Quentin House before. But we have so many great local restaurants, and if you come to Lebanon County, make sure you check out our Pennsylvania Dutch cooking, and the locals can direct you if you'd like to drive by and see some Amish people and their homesteads where they live. But always respect their privacy. They're a very private people. Thank you. They're floating, so that means they're ready to be flipped. And of course, this is my old-fashioned turner. I don't know if you can see it. It lets the oil fall right through. It could actually go a little longer because they're not brown, but they are floating, which means they're ready to flip. Okay, we're just going to let them brown a bit, and I'll get my plate with my paper towels to let them drain. Okay, let's flip them back and see if they're ever so slightly golden brown. I think they are. Fresh oil, they're going to be light, which is fine. If you ever worked in a restaurant and were a cook, you'll know that when the oil gets old and you fry things, it gets kind of brownish. So these are going to be fresh, a little bit crunchy, and just delightful to the taste buds. Okay, we're going to get the first 9 out. Perfect. Boy, they look mighty good. Okay, we have a real nice plate of corn fritters. And there's different ways to eat them, just plain. But one of the treats I like is to dip them into honey. So if you have a little dish in which you can put some honey, or you can just drizzle it across the tops as well. But we'll give them a try here. They're better than the frozen ones I get